What's going on, everybody? Processor here, back with another one, and it's a pretty nice day today. As soon as the sun comes out, it's going to get pretty deadly. So hot. Just not used to 90 degrees in the humidity, but what can you do? What can you do? So that's nice. The lake again. I'm going to talk about a pretty important subject matter about the next generation, because ultimately the next generation is lacking lacking in many ways. Trying to find a comfortable place for this thing, but yeah, the next generation is lacking. They're not lacking in performance. We already know they're overstimulated, so performance obviously isn't the thing. The real thing about it is fundamentals. They're lacking in actual fundamentals that they themselves can adapt for, or not even that, that they can at least learn from. I mean, there's not much fundamentals with the people of our day anyways. You know, like it's just a matter of why these people don't think that they need to think any further about what they do, what they say, and how they make other people feel. Or, you know, it's just all sorts of things, you know, and just having that lack in fundamentals is really detrimental for a young person that's developing into a modern world on top of it. So, you know, it's really important that we understand that when we display our adult behaviors, our experienced behaviors, that there's no way that the young people aren't watching. And so when they're watching, they see how y'all are acting. I mean, let's just call the 23-year-olds, you know, like 24-year-olds, or excuse me, yeah, the 22, 23-year-olds. They were born at a pretty detrimental time, and who knows, maybe their parents became, I guess you could say, rather afraid of the new millennium, of the year 2001. I don't know. I just think that there's a certain different way of going about the way we demonstrate our own behaviors in order to display it as a great example for the younger generation. If we can't find a way to understand these fundamentals simply for the sake of the next generation, just excluding ourselves in this, excluding our true self, excluding self-awareness, can we give out or give off the energy of human fundamentals? You know, can we consider one day that the ones who don't have it, you know, can we consider them able to have it? You know, like, how, I mean, do these people have to fake it? Do these people have to fake their empathy? Do they have to fake the compassion they have? I don't know. Sometimes I think it's misguided, you know? Sometimes I think it's so misguided that it looks just the way it is. And that's, no, it's nothing is ever supposed to be the way it is, because, you know, the only constant in life, the only thing that keeps repetitively happening is change. And that change is what's going to help people understand their own fundamentals so that we can set the great example. I mean, if it comes to the matter of helping the next generation, you know, what do you call it? Diminish their materialism. If it comes down to that, it's not about telling them to do it or how to do it. It's about actually showing that that's what's being done. And if there's nothing that's being done but people chasing after, you know, financial dreams and status, then they're not going to learn fundamentals that way, because that's all material things. That is all material things. So it doesn't really amount to much to say to them what needs to be done when we aren't doing it ourselves. You know, so it's like, how much offense can we really take? We can't be too offended by the way they treat the younger generation treats them. None of them can, you know. Like yeah, old people are slow. You know, old people are freaking stubborn. But guess what? I've been that way all my life. So it's really about the fundamentals of how the younger generation the picture they have to see the experienced people, the experienced adults. And maybe the adult and the experience part doesn't quite come together all the time with society. You know, sometimes everybody can be an adult all they want, but in reality, they still need a dependency on some sort of source. And you know, there's ways of going about it to get out of it. It's just not. It's going to be painful, you know. And most people see the lack of fundamentals. They can't feel the pain until it shows itself in the world, and then all of a sudden they feel it. So now I know it's not compassion or empathy. It's probably anger, you know. And so I'm just here to speak my mind on that, you know, because I don't have any kids, you know. I don't have none of my own. Definitely taking care of a few, you know, and that's putting it lightly. And just, I've learned things, you know. I've learned the way these kids see things. I have understood feelings of other people simply because I'm objective. I'm not emotionally attached to the dynamic that person is going to. There's a reason for it, because it was doing the same thing that it's doing to people to cause them pain. So ideally, we need to protect the next generation, even if they are the danger themselves. If we need to protect them from themselves, then so be it. Because ultimately, the dangers that are out there, it's out there, and it's known what the dangers are now. There's no secret. You don't have to turn on TV to find somebody chopping off somebody's head. You know what I mean? So you'll see it. You'll see it just plain as day. It's there. So, you know, whatever measures we didn't take before because we weren't sure this was really happening, now we know that the shit's happening, and now we understand that we need to do it. If we need to confront our own issues in order to set the fundamentals straight with ourselves, at least for the sake of another younger person, then do it. Then fucking do it. Change your fucking ways. If a young person gives you shit because, hey, smoking is bad for you, and guess what? They're probably right. And flip it around. If you want the younger generation to quit fucking smoking, yeah, regulation obviously ain't working. So therefore, set the fucking example. That's what I am saying. So y'all enjoy y'all morning. Peace.